As a publicly traded company, Tesla is often put under a lot of pressure to perform well to keep Wall Street happy. It's also seen as something of a distraction by Elon Musk, who is well known for his hatred of Wall Street, which is perhaps only bested by his disdain for those who try to short Tesla stock. Elon's dislike of the stock market and those who try to make money off it aside, under the obligations of being a publicly traded entity, Tesla is bound by law to have annual shareholder meetings. During these events, Tesla's board provides a summary of the last year of the company, makes some forward-looking statements about the next year, answers questions from shareholders pertaining to the company, its financials, its products and practices, and Tesla shareholders get to vote on any proposed changes to the company, its policies, and its personnel. Traditionally, Tesla's shareholder meeting takes place in the summer and has, for the past few years at least, been held at the Computer History Museum in Mountain View, California. This year, it was scheduled to take place on July 7th, a few months after Tesla originally planned to hold its Battery Investor Day, a day specifically dedicated to Tesla's long-awaited million-mile battery. But with a major increase in coronavirus cases across many US states and public gatherings of more than about 50 people still banned in parts of California, Elon Musk confirmed via Twitter this weekend that Tesla will be delaying its 2020 annual meeting. After responding to a follower's question about the shareholder meeting, Musk confirmed that it would be postponed as, quote, "no large gatherings allowed by July 7th. Adding that he wasn't sure exactly when the date would be, he then also confirmed that Tesla's upcoming Battery Day, which had been scheduled to take place by the end of this month, will also be delayed. Quote, "probably good to combine them since they're converging in time," Elon said on Twitter, promising that Tesla would have a firmer date and time set by the week of July 6th. In a subsequent series of tweets over the remainder of the weekend, that date cemented significantly, with Musk tweeting, quote, "tentative date for Tesla shareholding meeting and Battery Day is September 15th. Will include tour of cell production system." For those who had looked forward to both Tesla's Battery Day and the shareholder meeting, the news of the delay is probably pretty frustrating. But pushing it a few months back to September could actually play in Tesla's favour, and here's why. First, obviously, are the health benefits. Nobody needs Tesla to be at the heart of a coronavirus outbreak, and even if Elon has disagreed with a lot of the ways in which both national and local governments have responded to COVID-19, Tesla delaying the meeting is a smart, responsible move. Then there are the benefits for those who have submitted proposals for consideration and voting at the meeting. This gives shareholders a little longer to consider their votes prior to actually casting them. There are currently 7 proposals that are up for voting this year, 3 of which have been submitted by Tesla and 4 of which are from shareholders. It's these final 4 which could benefit from a little extra time ahead of voting. All 4 of these shareholder-submitted proposals are ones that Tesla is recommending against voting for. These include a call for Tesla to have a paid advertising budget and a proposal regarding simple voting provisions in Tesla's governing documents. But the last 2, namely a call for Tesla to prepare a report on the impact of the use of mandatory arbitration on Tesla's employees and workplace culture, and a call for Tesla to provide additional reporting on human rights practices in the company, demonstrating due diligence when it comes to sourcing raw materials used in its products, well, they may both benefit from more consideration, and despite Tesla saying otherwise, there may be significant advantages in those 2 proposals being voted for. Regarding mandatory arbitration, it's been argued that Tesla's current practices have failed to tackle allegations of widespread racism and sexism in the workplace, and the proposal seeks to encourage Tesla to end mandatory arbitration. This is because it can actively limit the rights of employees against both Tesla and their colleagues by forcing them to bring any grievances to an appointed arbitration team rather than involving the court system. Mandatory arbitration is also widely cited in many instances across many companies as being a reason institutionalized issues occur, such as racism, as part of the agreement often includes not discussing the outcomes of said arbitration anywhere, including at the place of work. In a world where equality, justice and diversity matter, it makes sense for this reporting requirement to be voted in favour of. In the same way, the call for Tesla to provide additional reporting on human rights practices makes perfect sense, especially given Tesla's push towards a new battery cell chemistry that is free from cobalt, and of course, Tesla's current move towards cobalt-free LFP cells for its Chinese market Model 3s. Sourcing cobalt and the ethics of that have become a major headache for all kinds of industries around the world, with tech companies and electric cars becoming a favourite target because of the use of cobalt in most modern lithium-ion batteries. But cobalt is also used in plenty of other things too, including as a catalyst for removing sulphur from crude oil during the refining process into gasoline and diesel. Tesla has already released its own ethics report, but this proposal calls for Tesla to go one step further and fill in some of the gaps. It's calling for Tesla to address more clearly matters of concern surrounding child labour in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where a large proportion of the world's cobalt is actually mined in conditions that violate international human rights law. It's easy to look at other companies and say, but they don't do that. But Tesla, as a world leader in electric vehicles and a company that at least attempts to do the right thing, has the power here to lead by example. And the proposal argues Tesla doesn't. In both of these cases, giving shareholders a little extra time to research and consider these proposals could be beneficial, especially as Tesla is arguing against voting in favour of them. The benefits of a delayed shareholder meeting and a battery day extend far beyond what I've just outlined above, however, and there are plenty of other reasons that we shouldn't be panicked about the delay. For the last few weeks, we've seen and heard lots about Tesla looking for new production facilities around the world. I'm guessing that by the time September 15th rolls around, the company will have a more cemented idea of where those facilities will be, what incentives it will be able to gain for building at each site, and what the construction and production schedules for each will be. This will enable shareholders to really benefit from that extra knowledge, and it might even provide a much better insight into the company's future than an earlier meeting would. I'd expect too by that point we'll know more about the Tesla Semi and production plans for the Tesla Cybertruck, which again will mean more information for shareholders at the event. Then there's the actual timing of the event. Rather than be at the end of a quarter we already know will be a tough one for Tesla because of COVID, there's some hope that delaying until the end of the third quarter, a few more months out, will give Tesla some more rosy financials to focus on, as production will presumably, pending any future COVID-related shutdowns, have returned to a normal level, and Tesla will hopefully have tackled some of the quality control issues that it's currently experiencing with Model Y. As to the battery day delay, well, everyone's excited for the news of Tesla's upcoming million-mile battery, so called because it will last 1 million miles or more, and Tesla isn't in a position right now to fret over delaying its reveal a little. That's because Tesla is so far ahead of everybody else. Not only does the delay give Tesla extra time to finalise and test its million-mile batteries, maybe even have demo cars available for the event, COVID permitting, but it also allows Tesla to set some more firm details about production schedules for the same. Given Tesla's battery technology is considered streets ahead of the rest of the auto industry, there really is no super urgent need for Tesla to detail these batteries, because even its current battery technology is pretty tough to beat in terms of cost and lifespan. So while I know some of you are frustrated about the setbacks, for now at least, it seems like the smart solution. Although I do have some serious misgivings about it actually happening in September when Musk has said it will. Why? In a word, COVID. Given the increase in cases in the US and the fact that we are now in our 4th month of this particular pandemic with no real sign of things letting up, I'm doubtful an in-person meeting will be logistically safe or maybe even permissible. If I had to guess, I think this shareholder meeting will go virtual. That's it. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.